Hi, good morning everybody. This is walkthrough through this new room released yesterday by TryHackMe is Splunk dashboard and reports. This is an easy room just to show you more about how to use dashboard and reports. These other rooms in you don't need really these two rooms, but you can try check them. But basically is it's one of the introduction rooms. I'm waiting for the machine to start. Basically, that's how Splunk, when you start it, work. Uh, we got used to it. The rooms they're talking about it is these two. Uh, this is the Splunk basic. I think this one was the labs. That's how Splunk work. Navigation, the Splunk. It's more like it's not a repeat, but there's nothing. It's not one of the easiest room. Then exporting SPL. I think this one was the search one. Learn and explore the basic of search process language. I think, by the way, Splunk is providing. No, that one is Elastic or Splunk. I'm not sure who's providing free face certificate exam. I think it is more harder than the new one, but this one is more about search stuff. Okay, my machine is starting. Okay, now let's see. Give me 1 second. I was a bit of a study before I start recording, but it's fine. Okay, my IP. I think it's good, but there's more chances if someone get a job in SOC analyst than red teams. I think it's better maybe someone to switch to this. I think that's my advice, because many people they were trying to do red teams all the day. Okay, let's go to Splunk now. That's how Splunk start. This is the free version. That's why now later on in this section, alert in high priority event, we don't have full features to test them, especially the event part of it. So when we open Splunk, that we see now the Splunk Enterprise, that you're supposed to see this screen. If we click search reporting, that's usually where we go when we start Splunk. If you want to search for, you can see the interface of the search app. To start, we can start search by index equal everything. Of course, I'm gonna be careful when we do search. For example, we send 0. That's why we need to change the time. We can see all the time here. So all time for 24 hours. Then we can see all what we have here. Like for example, our hosts. These are network server, web server, VLAN server. What we have. Looking at a shot, we can feel overwhelmed because now we can see our 35,000 events. So that's why the good when you need to know how to search Splunk quickly and fast. The first question is, which search term will show us the results from all indices in Splunk? Of course, this is one. If we want to search everything, we just start with index equal star, which should give us everything. So we have now our search. Now what's the next step is how do we create report for recurring search. Of course, to create report, we start first by do some queries. Now the benefit, of course, of search is to do report is because search will run automatically without any user interaction, and the search will not run simultaneously, because this is the key part here. So we don't want to overwhelm the system. If we go to do an example here, we have a list of report already saved. Okay, if we go now to report, we talk about it. So we can see here reports. Now dataset, that's reports. And the report sections, so some report already saved, message by opinion, orphan, and all of that. So and of course this room is to create a new report, we can run a search, use a save as option to save as. Now let's practice. Okay, let's practice the same attach Splunk and set. We run a search, a previous task to get a report on the search. We use first search to understand the data. Okay, that's what I said. If we go back here, make sure it's all the time, and if we do index equal everything, so we get the 35. We can see now the hosts as it states here. We have 3 hosts, and then we have 3 hosts: network server, web server, VPN. And then we can now, if we do the search, let's say you can do this easier. You can say okay, VPN server. I can of course say, if I want to do the conts stats, so you go stats cont by username. So if we do this, we can have the username, and then we have the conts here. The connection that per user for VPN server, and we can see the SOC environment. You might, if you want to save this report, of course we can go save report. We can call it, for example, VPN users. That's numbers of times each user, number of time each user logged in. Of course, now in our case we're using the classic time range PKS. We can select it's yes already by default, and we can save it, we can view it, and that's our report now is saved. And you can have the time range is there, so all in order. So we have our first report, and that's as for now. Now if we go to the question, create a report from the network server. So if we go network server, we can start always with index. We can check our all time. The question is network server search. You can type it. If you don't know the name, you can host. You see the network server, you can click on it, and then what's our stats? Count by, what we count by in the network connection, and their count. It said network server logs host that list port used in network connection. Port, if you don't know the name, you can see the name of the ports. That's the ports. So the keyword, the key is port. So we can go sort by port, and we can search on it. So we have the ports, and then we have the counts, and then what is the highest number of time, create a report for the network. So we have the ports, we can save a report, save ports report, and then this one report is for ports regarding network server. So there we can save it, so you can view it, and we have network server. Said the highest number of time any port is used for, so we can by descending order. So we can just go here, any port is used in the network. You can see the maximum count is 5. So we have these ports, so whatever the maximum port being used, you can see is number 5. So that's the highest this port, any port gone is at number 5. So why creating a report? Which option do we need to enable to get to choose the time range in the report? If we remember well, if when you start the report, let's do a quick one and to confirm that. Remember when we did, for example, when we do this, when you, oh yes, I forgot. Now save. When you create a report, you can see the option. That is the option, time range picker. So this is the one that allows us to select, to allow, because if I select yes, it means that my report can have dates on them. So for example, the last report we did port scan, the ports, you can see I can have dates on it. So if we go next one is, of course, we have this dashboard. So the dashboard, of course, is here. We have this dashboards, so we can create dashboard for ourselves. We do practice number 4. Let's create a dashboard, attach VM to start, move to dashboard tab, and we see the below section. So if we create a dashboard, of course, now we have this. The example now is doing VPN user. So let's follow the example. Let's say we want to share it with our with everybody. So in the SOC, for example, user logged in, we choose the classic for now as the example, like a classic dashboard. If we create, now you said click and panel to start. Add panel, we can add the report, for example, the one we create new reports. For example, in this example, we did our VPN user we did before. We can add this one. We can say add it to dashboard. Okay, we're done. And now we can select how we want to visualize it. So for example, in this case, we select the bars. So now we can save our, and then we have the report. It's nice and cool. So VPN user, then you have all of this. So now the question next is create a dashboard from the web server log that shows status codes in a line chart. Which status code? Okay, so now we go first, before we do the dashboard, we need to have the search query first. So we have, for example, all time. Let's do our first index. Let's go the standard what we have, and then the question is web server logs. So we can go to the source, no, not this one, hosts, not a source. Hosts is web server logs, and then the next one is said states code. So if we go here, states code, we can see all the codes we have, and you can get the count. You can see the answer where is it, but we can flip. At least we know now the name of the variable is a status code, so you can know. If you don't know, you can see from the list, and then they can say stats count by hold on a minute, by status code. So we have the status code, of course, so we can save our report. We call it status code, and then this is status codes for the web server. We can use the classic, save, view report. So we have our status code, but now we need to create a dashboard. So we can go create a dashboard, and I call it status codes for web server. We can share it, it's fine. Classic, create dashboard, and it's now static, so in a line chart. So before we do that, we say add. We create states code. This one, yeah. Add to dashboard, and then of course we go to lines. So this is the line chart, and we save our. So the question now is create a dashboard from the web server logs that show the status codes in line chart. Which status code was observed the least number of time? You can see the least number, because that's the status code, that's the count. The least number, of course, is this one. This one is 5 1 to 14, and this is 1 to 10, so status code is 400. Now, what is the name of the traditional Splunk dashboard builder? Of course, now if we look when we start a dashboard and we create a dashboard, now it already tell you classic. This is the classic, and then the new one is dashboard studio. So classic. Now the next one is alert, and that's one I think it's not part of this version, that's why there's no practice on it, is more question. So first we will run, this is about how to do the alerts in the system. A new search, let's go back to our search. First we run a search for our search term, like in the save as drop down. Let's see what is I can't see very well what is written here. Indexed equal summary. This picture is not oops. Index extracted host is equal VPN server. Extracted host equal VPN server. Username equal Sarah, and then of course, as always, we have all times and search. Why I have 0? Why I have 0 here? Let me see. 11 event extracted host. What did extracted host? Huh. Summary extracted underscore host equal VPN server username Sarah. Okay, let's remove that. Let's remove that. Index equals summary is empty. Why? So there is no index equals summary. Let's see what we have. User agent. There's no username here. Let's sorry, not extract. Let me see what we have here. Let's add the username. Is Sarah exist? Yeah. Oh, Sarah, she is here, but extracted host. I think the term extracted destination. No. Actually, I don't know what happened now. Hold on a minute. Let's see if we can get maybe is the Sarah extracted host equal VPN server. No, there's no damn extracted here. Extract a new feed. Let's see what we have here. VPN. Nope. Okay, let's. I'm not sure if extracted host VPN it doesn't for me to work. ABC destination duration line source IP timestamp. Okay, but basically let's say it's Sarah there, username is Sarah. So now then click alert and save as menu. Where is alert? No. Huh. I'm not sure if it's, we have save as. Oh, okay, I think that's the we do report existing dashboard, new dashboard event type. I think that's what he said there. This is not the same version, you know. It's um, he's talking about we include subject and we can't do. It's not the same version. This is the enterprise version of Splunk. We don't have option for this. You can see save as alert. There's no alert here. So basically we just follow here. Because of licensing, you say we can't practice setting up alert because of licensing issues. So this is not the version. So you need to follow in images. So we have there, you can save as, you have alert here. So basically we don't have the alert in the system, so we can't use it. So basically it will open. You have description, permission, private, and then expire, trigger conditions. Then after that you save the alert by time, expire, trigger condition, trigger troll, and then troll. It talked a bit. Where is it? Troll. The troll option let us limit the alert by not raising alert in the specific time period already triggered. So we can't practice here. So okay. And then wherever the alert, you can send an email, log an event, things like that. Like in this case, below you can see that configured. We have configured to run every hour for Sarah logs in more than 15 times. The email will only send once every 60 minutes. So we have 60 minutes here. If the alert is triggered, Splunk will send an email to this. So send an email. So okay, so we can practice this one. So we can just answer the question: what feature can be used to make Splunk take some action on our behalf? Yeah, trigger conditions. The trigger conditions raise. That's what we can do. We create alerts. No. What feature can be used to make Splunk take some action on our behalf? Not trigger condition, trigger alert. Trigger alert. For each alert, no alerts. Oh, what feature can we use to make Splunk take some action on our behalf? Oh, trigger action. Trigger action. So the action is the okay. For Splunk to do something, we need to select trigger. So we don't have this here. So what we can do, which alert type would trigger an instant an event occur? The instant an event occur. Okay. which trigger trigger condition define the condition when the alert will be raised here. Let's say we raise an alert when the login count is as 5. In this case, we will do number result option and set the trigger is the trigger, then option 5. We can trigger 5 alert in 5 login item. We can just trigger the single alert for exceeding the count, and then we have the throttle option let us limit the alert, and then with that option to have instant period of alert or already, then we can reduce alert fatigue, which can over analyze. And the final option here is the trigger action. The option is the question is, I know this one is straightforward. Which option when enabled will only send a single alert to a specific time event and trigger condition reoccur? This one we talk about it is trigger throttle. This is the throttle option. So this one I know it. Now what other type will trigger the instant an event occur? Where is that screenshot? See, now we can't see here. Trigger alert when number of result is greater than the final option is a trigger action which should define automatic steps Splunk must take when action is triggered. For example, we might want Splunk to send an email. Below we can see if Sarah 5 minutes 60 will send that email. Which alert type will trigger the instant alert type? Now I'm stuck. Let me so we run it search as per schedule. The alert will be raised depending on you might get an option for the real-time alert. See, we don't have a okay, cool. Yes, I almost got confused here. And then and we end up sorry guys for the end this, but it was a bit confusing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you like it. It was simple walkthrough. If someone need more information or something, thank you very much and have a good day. Thank you.